What's going on, folks? It's your man Overtime here. Just reminding you guys, don't forget, once we reach 3,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away that PSE NXT EVO. All you gotta do is head to the Instagram, find the post, got the PSE bow hanging down, tag 3 friends, follow Corey A_MMA, and make sure you're following PSE bows, and then subscribe. Once we hit 3,000 subscribers, that bow will be given away to one of you lucky fans or supporters. All right, guys. Now, get to the action. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man Overtime down here today. Here we got Overtime Junior, OTJ, my little man over here. Today we're coming down here. Today we built the PSE 34 EVO. Tell them, say EVO. EVO. The EVL. So it's 34. You guys see me do the unboxing of it already. So now we're going to build it. First, before we start building, we're going to go over the accessories that we'll be putting on this bow today. Yeah. For my special guest. Alright, so the accessories we're going to put on today, we're going to do LRS. We're going to go with Vaportrail, the Gen 7X. I put this on first on the EVO 33 NXT. My buddy DJ Jones on Instagram, DJ Jones Outdoors. I'll make sure I put his page on here so you can check him out. He has a hunting show on YouTube as well. But he was the first person I know that was shooting this, and then I saw Kip Campbell and those guys shooting it. And I reached out to those guys. Actually, I reached out to DJ and asked, and he reached out to Vaportrail for me, and Vaportrail reached out to me and sent me one to try, and the rest is history. Got Brett shooting one as well. Then the sight we're going with the HHA Tetra Max 4-pin again, but this time, or the HHA Tetra Tournament Edition, but this time it's not the Max, so the housing is a little smaller, I believe, and the dial is a little different. So we went with the 0.10 pins. Oh, here's no. Whose site is this? Oh, there's no site. See, you just found somebody's bow I gotta build. But we're using the HHA. And then, of course, we gotta put the Bowmar nose button on. You know, a lot of people still using kisser buttons. Some people just use the anchor point, using the thumb release. You know, anchor with the V. If you're using the index finger, make the V underneath your jawbone. But with this nose button, I just feel so much more secure. We're just putting it underneath that same spot over and over, lining the pin up, and smacking Robin Hoods. Because, where's the last arrow? I got arrows down here that's been split. I got them up there to split. Ever since I put the nose button on, it's been costing me arrows. But at least I know my shots is going to be on come hunting season. So, it's about time to build. CJ, you ready to build? Yeah. Yeah? Take that out your mouth, man. Alright, guys. So now we're about to go ahead and start putting this together. First thing, as always, like I said, I'm going to go through the bow. I'm not going to show you guys all that, but I'm going to take the star wrench, go through all the little bolts and wedges, and make sure everything is tight and attached. Nothing's going to wiggle loose. And then you guys will see me over on the bow press. So, I tightened up the screws, then had to get up out of here. Dad duty call. So, first thing that I actually have to do is put my rest on. Once I get my rest on, everything else gonna fall in place from there. So. Alright guys, so we got the bow and the bow press. I got the arrow rest lined up. I got the screws all tightened up. Now we're gonna go ahead and start putting our first little piece of serving string down here. I got it marked right in between these two marks is where the arrow should go, so I can get an arrow that flies straight. I can still probably have to adjust the left and right, but right there, that's putting the arrow at the center of the riser. A little bit of hunting public going on in the background. So that's my bottom loop. Make my mark up there with my white out. From the top one. Right now I'm shooting 4mm arrows. And those are, I think they're G-Nox. So my space doesn't have to be as big as usual as I do when I shoot 5mm. But at the same time, I gotta leave space so pinch point doesn't pinch my string or pinch my arrow with the string. Now it's time to put the D loop on. So start off fray one end so I can burn it down to a mushroom. They keep it from sliding out. Oh, that's slack. I always put a little more string than I need. Bow sharper. So I always do a couple inches, blah blah blah, then just cinch it. But it's a lot harder to do it that way. We only got a couple inches to make work. So I started doing it with a little bit more. But excuse me. So you always want to cross it. So if you start on this end, you want to cross it this way. I always want, I think about the right here, this pinched together is at the bottom, and the top one is open facing me. You'll see what I mean here in a second. I'm gonna tie it. Like I explained this before in the previous video. As you see here, it's like pinch, and here it's open. So that's what I mean by like that open spot facing you. For now, that's good. Make sure I still got my gap.
Imagine that's what a lot of bucks that are cruising are doing, is just running that creek. So wind is out of the east still, it's supposed to be out of the south, but that works fine. It's just blowing out into this field. And imagine we're going to bump into deer along the way here. Made sure to bring that food today because we plan on staying.
There you go, that worked. Alright, so we got the D-loop on, we got my knocking points and everything in straight, got the rest on. Now, what I do is I have a piece of cardboard. This is my wife's side, this is my side. Now we have down here is the D-loop, kisser button, peep sight. Well, since I'm no longer using the kisser button, be a nose button, I have to go back and change it. But, so I go from the bottom of my D-loop. I need to put my peep up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and alright. So now about to go ahead and get this spread open. But actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off the press, take a couple turns out of these, 4 turns each out of the limbs, so I don't have too much pressure on them. I'm gonna come back and crank it up.
There's a chance, there's a really good chance we shoot a different spot too. This opens up in here in the middle of the cedar thicket, and I can see what passes through out here cruising. There's a cedar tree that basically I was touching one side of the cedar tree with my dome and I drew, and that deer was literally touching the other side of the cedar tree. I had my pin on it, but like there was too much little stuff. Wasn't even like that.
Make sure we're in the right spot. Bingo. Now we'll go ahead and serve this in. So when Vaportrail reached out to me about using their site or their rest, it's one of the things that really, like, I ain't gonna say confused me, but caught my attention is they kept saying it's one of the easiest rests to tune. You know, it's so easy to set up and even easier to tune. So simple that if something happened to your drop away string, you can replace it with a shoelace or floss or anything else, a piece of extra bowstring, whatever it is. So I'm gonna show you how that works right now. It's super simple. And now that the EVO has this little thing here, you can tie a drop away loop in here or up top, whichever way you're doing it. I'm gonna keep it and going to the bottom. But the way they mean it is, it's really as simple as they say it is. I was like, I didn't believe it until I got one. So now that I got this hole, I'm gonna take the first one, just put it through there. Give me a good little knot or something that's gonna stop that string from sliding out of there. I'm actually gonna shorten it up just a little bit. Alright, so we got that there right there. Pretty simple. Now, we come up here to the actual rest, and all you do, like I said, it's so easy, a caveman can do it. You run this through here. Run all the way around the thing there. You run it through the screw, and there's little arrows that show you which way it's supposed to go. Make sure I got all the little. You don't need it super tight, but I want to make sure I got as much slack out as possible. Let that settle in, because the first couple of shots, the string starts to settle in. Then you got to redo this again. But if I can eliminate as much slack as possible, I eliminate the chance of having to do it over. So once you got your string set to where you want it, go to just tighten down this set screw. Set up your set screw, and that is it. Now, when I draw back and the cams come in, the rest gonna raise up, and when I shoot, it drop, the rest drop. It's pretty simple. It's pretty amazing, and it works great. So now we got the rest tied in. We got the D-loop hook. We got the peep sight in. Now I just got to knock my arrow and draw back. Make sure everything rolling smooth. And then come back and add the secret recipe. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. The last piece of the puzzle. The most important piece of the puzzle to me is the Bowmar nose button. Now, like I said before, I used to use a kisser, and that gets me accurate. You know, I had a lot of Robin Hoods with the kisser, but with this thing here, it is just like, once you figure it out, and this is not even a wolf ticket. I'm not selling you guys wolf tickets. This is legit how I feel. Once you figure out the consistent anchor point where this little piece is hitting the same spot on the nose every time, the anchor is ridiculous. It's like, it's kind of scary accurate, because the first time I shot it, the first set of arrows, first 3 arrows I shot out of this, one Robin Hood. A few sets later, broken knot. Next time I go out and shoot, hole in the fletching. It's like, it's consistent. And at 60, I was able to finally get my group a lot tighter out to 60 yards because of this. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be, so I'm going to go ahead and get the measurements off my other bow. I'm going to get this second mark is the kisser button.
My buddy Aaron, he shot one and like hit it perfect, but the thing just like bounced off, and he just knocked another arrow. He probably didn't need to, but like, if I get another chance to shoot at one, like you probably told me knock another arrow. I didn't know exactly where it hit, so like if he's standing
right there, should be perfect. Now, the nose button, it comes with the nose button, which is what you obviously need, and the string. Now you can go on their website and they'll show you a way. It's actually on here. Go to how-to steps on bowmarbutton.com/info. Teaches you everything. You can go on YouTube. There's several videos, including one of mine. I just do it the same way. I tie in the peep and the D-loop serving. Make my little loop.
Definitely a fighter. I'm surprised he's not broke off. Yeah. Yeah.
Get my card and double check again. And that's it. Cut my string off, burn it. When I'm secure set, I'll put another one at the bottom just to keep it from sliding down. And other than my sight, like I said, which is the HHA Tetra. I'm gonna put that on, get the sight tape going, but we'll get more into that when we get outside and we sight it in. Alright guys, we're out here with this new PSE EVO EVL, the EVL 34. Got it all set up, everything tuned up, ready to go. Got the HHA on here. Right now we're sighting in. Got the Vaportrail set. There's no more give here. Everything is snug, tied in. Nose button line, everything is set up. Now we're just sighting in. So I turned it down from 80. I think it's at like 74 right now. And we're just gonna go out here and sling some arrows before we got a training session in like 35-40 minutes. Get as many reps as we can to this thing, get the string settled in and broke down, and yeah, make something out of it.